Okay. Good morning. This is Animal Paradise. I want to share little points on these goats. Once your goat gives birth, prepare that goat to be pregnant again. If you're having goats, um, you you're breeding goats. Breeding is a system where you rear goats to increase the number and also increase the size of the goats. So if you want to increase the numbers of your goats, you're going to do that by the mothers. It's the mothers that will give birth to the other offsprings that we increase the numbers. Once a goat gives birth, goats directly, if properly fed, if the goat is properly fed, um it will be pregnant for like 5 months and give birth. Now, if that goat give birth by January 1st, if it is exposed to a female that same January, in 21 days, it will come on heat again. If it is exposed to if it's exposed to a male, it can get pregnant the same month it gave birth. Are you seeing it? So, but you as a breeder, you will not want your goat to be having issues. So, if your goat gives birth, prepare it for the next pregnancy. Take for instance, one, when it just gave birth, expose it to more feed. It should eat more than the way it was eating before, even 3 months before it. When you notice the stomach is getting bigger, always allow it to be eating more. Make the feed more, provide more feed for it. If it's on zero grazing, that you keep them in one place, give it more feed. If they are going up and down, they are grazing everywhere, allow it. It's going to be eating more. From there till when it will give birth. And if you give birth and it's breastfeeding the babies, either one or two, also give it more feed to eat. It needs it very well, just like a human pregnancy, a human being that give birth, they need food. So the goats also need more feed. And then I will want to say at this point in time, your animals, whether pregnant or not pregnant, allow them to always get multivitamins. Yes, allow them to get multivitamins. There are multivitamins you can be using every day in their drinking water. There are multivitamins you can be giving them every week, maybe injectable multivitamin. Every week you will give them that multivitamin. That will help them to eat and help to supply some of the things that they are needing. So once a goat gives birth, you're going to put it on multivitamin. You're going to be giving it multivitamin every week for maybe like 1 month or five weeks to boost its system. And then multivitamin, you don't have to wait for your goat to have issues before you start giving them multivitamin. Then the doctor will not come and not tell you that you're hungry. Just wait, please. The doctor will not come and tell you that the goat is looking like this. You don't have to wait for a disease outbreak or a sickness outbreak before you start troubleshooting your animals. Give them a standard breeding condition. Position your farm in a standard breeding position whereby your animals are always looking well because you are maintaining them. Giving them multivitamin every week. I said before and I'm saying it again. A goat does not drink normal water or ordinary water. Don't let your goat be drinking ordinary water. Then you just go and fetch clean water, clean fresh water. They are not fishes. It's fishes you give clean fresh water. Are you seeing it? When you get your goat drinking water, add multivitamin into it. If you don't have multivitamin, add a pinch of salt. Now, if you're going to be adding salt every day in their drinking water, the quantity will be low. The quantity of salt you'll be adding will be small. If you're going to be adding salt for them once a week, that quantity is going to be a little bit higher than the everyday one. So, when you give your goat water, carry salt mixed with magnesium, Epsom salt. Blend Epsom salt, mix it with normal salt. If you have a little bit of potassium chloride, grind it to powder, mix it also with the salt. Don't let the potassium chloride be too many. Potassium chloride is what we call Mix it with Epsom salt for magnesium supplements. Then mix kitchen salt, mix it together, put it inside one jar. And as you give them drinking water, carry a pinch of that salt, throw it inside the water. Throw a pinch of it inside the water, and then the quantity should not be much if you're going to be doing that pinch every day. But if you have oral multivitamin, the oral multivitamin you are adding to their drinking water, the salt you'll be giving them will be once a week, while that oral multivitamin they are drinking is going to be every day. Anytime you give them water, add multivitamin. Anytime you put water in their drinking trough, add multivitamin every day. Then you reserve maybe Saturday or Sunday or one day in a week for salt. That day you just get a very big bowl, put salt, put water, maybe like depends on the number of animals you are having. You can get a big bowl, maybe like 10 pieces of it, put salt inside it in different places, turn water and fill it, and then release your goats to go to where the water is. You will see how they will finish all the water. They will drink all those water and finish it. Some will drink it not until the water is empty. They will not finish because they like salt, and that salt also make their muscles to grow. It makes it to grow thick and make them fat. And then if you're giving them all those multivitamins and all those stuff, you will see that the four of your goats, the black ones will be shining. The other ones will be looking so lovely. They'll be looking like those goats you're seeing on pictures. Those goats you're seeing on social media. Their four will be looking so beautiful because of the multivitamin and the salt you're adding. And then their body will be coming out. Salt used to make their muscles to come out. Are you seeing it? So prepare your goat for the next pregnancy by feeding it well. Let it feed well. If a goat feed well, it will come on heat at the right time. If a goat feed well, it will not have miscarriage when it is pregnant. Are you seeing it? So feed it well, supply nutritions that they may be lacking from the grasses. Supply it through multivitamin, oral or injectable. Supply it through that. That's that for that. And then, because it is not advisable to deworm a pregnant goat, when a goat gives birth, you're going to offload the worm load before it gets pregnant again. Offload the worm load. So you put it on a program of every week dewormer for maybe like 4 weeks or 5 weeks. Deworm it. It may not show any sign of having worms, but you are preparing it for another 5 months of no dewormer. Are you seeing it? So you just offload. Give it dewormer on Monday. And next week the dewormer on Monday. Next week give it another dewormer. The other week give it another dewormer. The other week give it another dewormer. Offload it. And then there are some dewormers that are very effective. There are some that are not so effective. And I'm not sure I'm permitted to mention the names of those ones that are effective. But for those on the WhatsApp group, you can call me. I'll tell you what I'm using that is producing results, and you go get it and use it for your animals. It will produce results. Are you seeing it? So deworm them. Let them sleep in a good condition. Stunted growth sometimes is caused by animal exposed to cold. If your animals, their pen is not in a good condition, your animals will be struggling with cold in the night. Take for instance, you as a human being, some of those cold nights when you used to use wrapper to cover. If there is no wrapper for you to cover, you see how uncomfortable you are through the night before the morning. Before you now go and look for a wrapper to cover yourself. Once you cover yourself, you become comfortable. That are some of the conditions these animals pass through every rainy season. From April down to September, or April down to August. You will see a lot of farms will be having animals that died for no reason. They will be okay this afternoon. They will just sleep. In the next morning, you find them dead. You're like, this animal was okay yesterday. Oh. Nothing was wrong with it. Oh. What now happened? This, that. A guy's story is cold. That is murdering them. Let your animals sleep in a place where the temperature is okay. So once your goat gives birth, relocate them from an open pen to a closed pen. Even all your animals, let them be in a closed pen. Let them have heat. They like heat more than cold. The heat is better for them more than cold. So let them sleep in a place where there is no cold. There is no cold. Sometimes I use the word room temperature. Put your animals in a place where there's room temperature. In Nigeria, if you're in Nigeria, because especially the south of Nigeria, some of our farms are in the middle of a forest. They are in the middle of a forest. And being in the middle of a forest means there is no other house or houses emitting heat. There is no heat anywhere. And in the night, those trees and those grasses, they are keeping cold down. They are storing cold. So when your farm is in the bush, your farm is in the bush. Being in that bush, there is cold everywhere there. And then those cold will be affecting those animals negatively. So cover up their pen and put fire there for them to get heat. That's that for that. If you're using Nigerian animals. Now, most of those people who are doing exotic breed, they have open pen because it's exotic breed that they are doing. A very big Kalahari is as big as 5 or 4 Nigerian dwarf, a matured Nigerian dwarf. If you see a Kalahari of 4 years, 5 years, it's as big as 4 Nigerian dwarf joined together. It's big, it's fat, it's long, it's high. All those bigness is fat under the skin. The same thing with a boa, fat under the skin. The thinness and the smallness of the Nigerian animals or the local animals means there's no fat. So where a boa and a Kalahari will resist cold in the night because they are big and fat, they are big and they have a lot of fat under their skin, that same cold will affect negatively the small Nigerian animals. Those Nigerian dwarf, the Sokoto red, the Sahel is a very skinny animal. It doesn't have much meat. It's just have a high structure and is lean. If you put them in a place where there is cold will get to them and affect them more negatively than the exotic breed, the Kalaharis and the Boa. Those are bigger animals. They have fat, more fat. More fat means they will resist cold. Take, for instance, a fat man and a not so fat woman. I don't want to use a slim woman, being husband and wife. And then the husband on fan in the night. Because he's fat, he will not be catching cold. But the wife who is slim will be catching cold and use wrapper to cover. Vice versa, a fat woman and a slim husband. The husband will be catching cold. We say, my wife, there is cold. The wife will say, there is no cold. The husband will say, let us on fan. The wife will say, no, I'm catching cold. So at the end, you see 2 people may be sleeping in the same room, on the same bed, with fan on. One will be enjoying the fan because he's fat, or the AC because he's fat. Another one will cover with wrapper, and they're on the same bed. That's the situation with our animals too. The Kalaharis and the Boa, they have fat in their body. They are bigger animals. If you see a very matured Kalahari or Boa, and you put a matured Nigerian dwarf beside it, you'll be too disappointed how that one leg of the Kalahari is bigger than the 4 years old or 5 years old Nigerian animal. You just look at it like you look at the side. There is a wide space behind the back of the Kalahari, while the Nigerian dwarf doesn't have. It's only the stomach that bulges out. There is flesh, a wide flesh on the back. So if you actually divide that big Kalahari into 4, there are just 4 big Nigerian dwarf or 4 big Sokoto red. And that bigness is fat. There is fat in their skin. All those fats help them to resist cold. So if someone that is doing an exotic breed, Kalahari, Boa, Savannah, is building his pen and telling you that there should be ventilation, that ventilation will allow cold to come in if you are doing local animals. So the pen pattern you're going to use if you're doing the exotic, which is Kalahari, Boa, and the Savannah, that pen pattern is actually different from what you will use when you are doing 100% Nigerian animals, which is the Nigerian dwarf, Sokoto red, and the Sahel. If you are doing all those animals, cover up your pen. If your farm is in the south and you say, okay, I want to buy a farmland, the area where you buy farmland, some of the times it's maybe like 5 or 6 houses that are there. Sometimes it can even be only you one. There is no heat being emitted from any kitchen, from any car, from any motorcycle. There is no heat. I'm making video. So some of those heat that cars, vehicles, even human being, another human being breathing, they are emitting in town. They don't have it in the forest. The forest area is always cold, or the bushy area is always cold. That coldness will affect your local animals. So cover it up. Instruct your worker in the night. If you check the sky, that the sky is one kind, you should go and set fire. If you're in the bushy area, you get firewood free of charge. But you can also use charcoal stove. Charcoal stove, you just buy charcoal bags, they on charcoal stove like the poultry people use, put charcoal there on it. Recently, somebody in one of our WhatsApp group is an expert in solar system. He told me that there are solar heat lamps. Yes, though he has been so busy, I've not had time to discuss it more. But I'm thinking I'm going to host him in one of our seminars. Let him teach everybody. Let all of us listen to him together and see how the solar heat lamp work. If it's not so expensive, how we can introduce that to our farms. Because there are times where you need heat in your farm, in your goat pen. There are times where you need heat. If you are doing local animals, you really need heat. So actually, prepare your goats for the next pregnancy. Prepare it for the next pregnancy. Make its body condition to be okay. Make it to be okay and very okay. And then there is what we call natural synchronization, where you separate the animals from a male for some time, a period of like 3 months. You separate a male from them. When the male comes around now, that 3 months, first of all, in the first month or the first 21 days, the goat will come on heat. There'll be nobody to serve it. Second time will come on heat again, nobody to serve it. Third time will come on heat again, nobody to serve it. If there are 15 numbers like that, once you bring a male in, there is a reason why male goat smells. That smell will stimulate the heat of all those females. They will come on heat. Whether it is their date or it is not their date. As far as they have come on heat and nobody served them, they came on heat, nobody served them, they came on heat, nobody served them for 3 times. When you now bring a male in, the smell of that male, both they're seeing the male and the male running around with them, gives them a kind of boost their system and make their body ready. And then the smell of that male will now make them come on heat. Then it will serve them. After serving them, they will all get pregnant at the same time. Then they will also get pregnant. They'll also deliver at the same time. You hear some people telling you that we are in our kidding season. Kidding season. That is the season when their goats are giving birth, because they also had a breeding season. The breeding season was that time where after they did their natural synchronization, they separate and then took the male away, brought the male back, and then it began to serve the females. They will also give birth within the same period. That's that for that. There is also this artificial synchronization. You just buy one kind of injection like this, you insert it, you give them a kind of the meal that is due for them. It will make them come on heat within 5 days. Some people don't like that because they said there's a disadvantage in it. Are you seeing it? So anyone you feel is good for you, prepare your goat for breeding, prepare your goat to get pregnant again. Because if your goats are giving birth, you're making profits. If your goats are giving birth, you're growing. If your goats are giving birth, things are going well in your farm. Let them give birth, and then later I will talk about how to also care for all those babies. You need to care for those babies also. This is Animal Paradise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Animal Paradise Farm. Like our page on Facebook, Animal Paradise Farm. Join our group. We have a group on WhatsApp, on Facebook, Animal Farmers Association. We have WhatsApp groups. You can call to join the WhatsApp groups. Different group have its functions. You can join the one you want to, the one you like. Thank you very much once again for watching our videos. And then try to be commenting. Send us comments on our videos. I used to reply. There was a day I created a day to reply all the messages on YouTube. I was replying all of them one by one. Though from time to time I used to reply them. If I get a notification and it doesn't come, maybe it doesn't come, it comes when I'm not so busy, I'll reply them. But some of them I wasn't replying. The one day I just said at that time, I replied all the messages on the YouTube. But please, my number is on my video. If you send me a message on WhatsApp, I'm sure to tell you I will reply that message within 30 minutes. It will not be up to. Sometimes you're dropping the message, I'm responding. If it's on WhatsApp, are more WhatsApp is more flexible for me to use than the YouTube. The YouTube app, sometimes you just have to create a time to open the app and go in there and be going up and down. And then there are distractions on the YouTube app. If you go to the YouTube app to go and do something, later you find out you're doing something else. So, but if you go to the WhatsApp, all you do on WhatsApp is responding to messages that are there. But on the YouTube, when you click the app, you're going to try to respond to one message, then you see one video, say, let me just watch this video. let me quickly see what this person is saying. Before you know it, you're watching 2-3 videos from that person. So if you need me to respond to you, or you need to ask a question, send it to the WhatsApp group. All my videos, my numbers are on all the videos. Just click it, you will see it there. Thank you very much once again. This is Animal Paradise. Bye bye.